here, and welcome to the very first behind the songs thing video. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I had an EP come out this past October, and I thought it would be fun to go through each and every song on the EP, there are 5 total, and kind of break them down, tell the stories behind them, what inspired them, the writing process, the recording process, all that fun stuff. So yeah, I talk a lot, so I feel like we'll just go ahead and get started. So today we'll be talking about Sweet Talk, which is the very first song on my EP, and it was the first and only single from the EP. So it was the very first song I ever released into the world, ever, in my entire life. So it's kind of like my little baby. It must be protected at all costs. It's what got all this started, so it's crazy to think that it was almost a year ago. That's insane. So Sweet Talk was written roughly on February 23rd. And I say roughly because you know how like on your phone in the notes, I write all of my songs in the notes on my phone. When you create a note, it puts the date. But then if I were to go back like 3 days later and like edit anything, even just one word, it changes that to the new date. I don't know if I've edited them like that, so roughly February 23rd. And actually at the time, coincidentally, I had a songwriting assignment due. I was in a songwriting class. That week I had to turn in a song. And typically for that class, you know, I write a bajillion songs all the time, so I would just choose one of them. And I ended up turning this song in. It's always really amazing when like a song writes itself. And I wrote this song in like 10 to 15 minutes. It was like nothing. It wrote itself. Now I started with the chorus. That was my first idea, was the chorus. And then I went to the beginning and then just started writing it from there. You know, there are different ways to write a song. A lot of times I will think of a chorus and then work around that. And then sometimes I'll just start from the beginning and figure it out as I go. But for Sweet Talk, I have the chorus down first. Alright, so if you can't tell, Sweet Talk has a tiny little theme going on about it. About sweetness and candies and stuff like that. So when I was writing it, I was just trying to think of like, okay, what are candies? What are things that's sweet? So, you know, soda, which peppermint and honey, the list goes on. And for me, if I'm ever writing like a very thematic song, I like to have the bridge be a contrast. So if you listen to Sweet Talk, you know, I'm talking about sweet things the entire time. And then at the bridge, it switches to sour. So that's just something I like to do with songs like this that are based around one specific theme and concept. You know, the bridge of a song is supposed to be like the conflict or like a change of pace to keep listeners engaged and not just having the same 2 melodies from like a verse and a chorus going throughout the whole song. And so I like the idea of switching the concept completely from sweet to sour and then going back to sweet obviously for the end. That's just something I like, and so that's what I did in this song. So, alright, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Let's do the backstory of Sweet Talk. Should I name names? Should I just do it? Let's do it. I wrote Sweet Talk about a guy in high school. His name was Carson. Oh god. And he was just someone that was really good at flirting. He was super smooth. Like, his pickup lines were just legendary, honestly. And it was like all the time. He was on all the time. And it was pretty fascinating to me because I can't flirt to save my freaking life. No. So when people are just naturally can do it without even hesitating, wow. But so he, just as a person was, you know, super smooth and a sweet talker. But specifically, I remember when I wrote the song, he had given me like a candy bar, I think it was like a Kit Kat bar, and he put a Post-it note on it that had like pickup lines on it. And I wish I still had it. It was up here for the longest time, okay? And it was a green sticky note. And one of them, it had a couple in there. One of the pickup lines was, if you were a font, you'd be fine print. Get it? I love it. Anyway, so I was sitting here on my bed, right here, and I had my guitar out and I was just kind of, you know, piddling around, but I saw the little post-it note up on here and I just was thinking, like, he's such like a sweet talker. Like, how does he do that or whatever? And I was like, sweet talk. Yeah, the chorus just came from there and then I finished the rest. Alright, so now I wanted to talk about like the recording process for each song. I went to a studio in Dallas called 50/50 Studios. Totally recommend. If you're in the area, they were incredible, so kind, the best people to work with ever. It was recorded on May 15th of 2019. Sweet Talk was the last song that we recorded out of the 5. And funny enough, Sweet Talk wasn't even supposed to be on the EP, much less a single. It was definitely a last minute decision. I had a completely different song picked out for song number 5. You know, I wrote Sweet Talk as I was already recording other songs and I really liked it. I felt really connected to it and I thought it would be a good addition to the EP, so I said, just kidding, we're doing Sweet Talk. So yeah, I think that's it. I probably shared too much. But yeah, that's the story of Sweet Talk. Like I said, it's my little baby. It's the first song I ever put out into the world ever, and it was crazy. I guess I'll like leave a link, if I can figure out how to leave a link to it down below. This is what all the people always say, so I'm just like copying the vernacular that I've heard. I'll try to link it in some way, somehow. Bear with me, I'm new to this. Alright, so I hope that y'all enjoyed getting to know a little more about Sweet Talk from my EP. And I hope y'all come back around to check out the next song. I'm going in order, so next we will have 2 things. And again, here I am. I don't know how to end it. Alright, I'm gonna go eat dinner. So, bye. Oh my god, that was so cringy. Fresh throat. If you can hear that, I'm so sorry. Vanilla Coke Zero is my kryptonite. Alright, I don't know how to end this.